Hello, you're watching James. My name's James, you're watching me, and I'm talking about watches. Today, I'm doing a first impressions video of my Vostok Komandirskie. This is the first Vostok watch I've ever owned, and I'm looking forward to having a good look at it. So let's flip the camera around and have those first impressions of it. Welcome to my first impressions video of this Vostok Komandirskie 436186. Now, I ordered this watch just after I ordered an Amphibia that I was really interested in. That Amphibia has not arrived yet, but I pretty much ordered this just to see how it compared against that Amphibia. It just comes in this rather little simple box, which is perfectly fine. It arrives safe and sound, no issues at all. And as I said, because I just ordered this one as a comparison to the Amphibia, I didn't really want to spend a lot of money. This one cost less than 50 Australian dollars. And pretty much I balanced up what was the cheapest one I could find versus what I still quite like the aesthetic look of. But what I can say, my first impressions of this thing is that it is quite amazing. I'm quite impressed by it. It looks and feels very quality. I like it. It's amazing. I'm just blown away by it. How could, for less than $50, they produce a watch that is so endearing? Let's just have a quick look at that face. You can see that those numbers and that star are applied. It's got quite simple little hands, and there's a little bit of lume with the little dots, which is already glowing even though it hasn't been put in the sun. It has this little friction bezel, which I was a little bit concerned about, but I actually think it's quite good. I think it suits this cheaper watch quite well. The finishing on the case, it's just an alloy type case, but it has this very interesting sort of coating to it, which I think is quite impressive. It sort of suits the style of this watch, and obviously it keeps the price down, not being stainless steel. It has this sort of interesting weird little crown action here. You can see it's a bit wobbly. If you're at all aware of what Vostok's like, that's to be expected. It's a manual wind watch. I've already wound it all up, so she's done now. She doesn't need to be wound anymore. It's got a very nice case back. What I have to say also about this case back is it's very soft. Even though it's got that slight 3D effect to it, there's no sharp edges like some of the other more affordable watches that I've had in for review. And when you feel the back, there's that slight sharp edges from where it's been laser cut out or however they've done it. This one, however, is nice and soft. It's just very pleasant. I'm really blown away. How have they done it? How have they produced this watch and sent it to me from Russia to Australia for less than 50 Australian dollars? And here it is on my 6 3/4 inch wrist. I think it's about a 38mm, this one here. When I do the full review, I'll give you all the dimensions of it. I think it fits quite well. It looks quite good on my wrist. Now the bands, or these straps, they have a bit of a negative sort of reviews online. And it's not great, but you know what, it does the job. It is actually leather. It's probably not very top grade leather by any means, but it certainly works. And if I am to keep this watch, there's a good chance I probably would swap that out. It only has an 18mm lug width, so it's quite a skinny band really. And sort of the hardware on it is probably not the best, but hey, it works. Well, alright. Just this first impressions video, not a long one. Have to say, impressions are pretty good so far, if you haven't already figured that out with what I've been talking about. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for a full review on this Komandirskie.